It is time for the weekend, but as I'm sure you're aware by now, the aviation industry doesn't stop. And today there's coverage on 3 airlines. Yes, that's right. 3 airlines plotting major expansions to their operations in the future. And also, very excitingly, a reveal of an Airbus A350 for an airline. Starting off with that, we've welcomed in our first look at Air India's upcoming Airbus A350 that has emerged across social media platforms. The Airbus A350 is slated for delivery later this year and also entry into service, and it comes sporting the newly revealed Air India livery that was part of a major rebrand and has certainly turned heads, with many not necessarily being in favour of the overall design, but this also being our first real look of the livery on an aircraft rather than a rendering. This is the first of 40 Airbus A350s that are set to be delivered to the Indian flag carrier over the next decade or so, and yes, it does include the A350-900, but also in the future the A350-1000. The A350 though does just make up a tiny part of the overall fleet renewal plans that are at the airline, with Air India confirming a couple of months back an order for 470 total planes, with options also in the hundreds should it wish to activate these. The significant commitment to aircraft consisted of not just wide-bodies, such as the aforementioned A350, additional Boeing 787s, and even the upcoming 777X, but it does include narrow-bodies too. Air India has ordered 737 MAXes and Airbus A320neo/A321neo aircraft to boost its fleet in the future. Air India hopes to put its past behind it through the arrival of not just the Airbus A350, new branding and interiors, but everything they're working towards achieving. It has been a pretty turbulent recent time for the carrier. I've covered this pretty extensively, and it has been a key stumbling block for why Air India has struggled to advance. But now, under new ownership and hopefully with significant investments, the mission to turn it around is well and truly alive. But as I've stated on numerous occasions, it will be a very costly turnaround, with the 470 aircraft being ordered already evidence of just how expensive it will be, not including the major rebrand and interior changes, as well as the loyalty program overhaul, lounge upgrades, and so much more in between. But like I say, I'll be keeping a close eye on the carrier, just as I'm sure you will be. Let me know, do you like this livery on the A350? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Over to Etihad Airways, they've announced the launch of a trio of new destinations as part of their continued commitment to growth. Notably, Osaka, Copenhagen and Dusseldorf have debuted for the airline already. Etihad Airways operated its inaugural flight to Dusseldorf on the 28th of September, while Copenhagen launched one day later on the 29th. Finally, Osaka in Japan was the final member of the trio, beginning on the 1st of October. While these new service launches have certainly stolen the show, Etihad Airways has also increased flights and plans to for more destinations. Kuala Lumpur and Colombo were the initial ones seeing capacity increases as part of the continued customer demand right across the network. The CEO of Etihad Airways called the new routes and boosting of flights a genuine opportunity, but what is also an essential step in enhancing their global network. Not just to increase customer connectivity, but also to meet demand and opportunities to make Abu Dhabi an even more pivotal destination, not acting as just a stopover point, but as a place that people want to come to travel. He commented by saying that they hope to accelerate the economic growth for the city by providing more travel options, which include seamless connections. For Etihad Airways, the commitment to growing its network and continuing to expand is highlighted through what can only be described as a busy few months leading into the new year. Yes, take a look at on your screen now just some of the changes that Etihad Airways will be implementing between now and the early stages of 2024, and try not to see your jaw drop. the Abu Dhabi-based carrier will make a staggering amount of adjustments, with new routes, increases, and more as it looks to build upon demand it is seeing. Over at Jet2, they've announced a substantial summer program with 47 sunshine destinations representing over 16 million seats at a staggering 350 routes. Notably starting in 2024 of March, starting in March 2024, the airline will offer services from Edinburgh to Rome, while also introducing a connection to Malta. It doesn't stop there, with Jet2 also saying it'll increase flying for the winter season 2024-2025, indicating to us that we've seen a lot of thorough planning early on. Flights to Prague will operate twice weekly during this winter period. As early as February 2024, there'll be new services launched too. To support the overall substantial increase, especially in 2025, the company will have Airbus A321neo aircraft at 3 different airports for the summer season: Birmingham, Edinburgh, and Manchester. Included in this are 3 brand new A321neos that will be dedicated to Edinburgh operations. For summer 2025 flights, there'll be more than 1,600 operations per week departing from UK airports, with 6 new routes. These include key operations out of Liverpool, Bristol, and Edinburgh. On to the final topic of today, and that covers LOT Polish Airlines, which are targeting an unprecedented expansion of service from 2024 to 2028. Through new guidance, the airline says it'll target an almost 50% growth in overall fleet, moving from 75 aircraft towards 110. Additionally, it'll look towards passenger numbers per year reaching 16.9 million, which is up from the previous 10.3 million. New interiors as part of the plans have also been unveiled, with the airline slated to revamp its Boeing 787s, which make up an essential part of its long-haul fleet currently. For the route network at LOT, well, they'll target 20 new scheduled destinations in those 4 years. These will be across both medium to long-haul operations, as it does look to increase connectivity, not just within Europe and to other destinations nearby, but the broader globe. The CEO and president said, "I would like to say a big thank you to the entire team, our LOT family, for their extraordinary commitment in preparing the plan for the coming years. I believe that the implementation of the strategy will prepare LOT Polish for its second centenary year of operations." The business lounge in Warsaw is slated to be refreshed and remodeled, while for those in the United States, the airline says it'll plan to launch a business lounge in the future for Chicago. LOT Polish will genuinely concentrate on sustainably revamping the business with the cooperation of scientific and academic communities. That is going to conclude today's aviation news recap. As I always say, if you have absolutely any thoughts on the topics covered in today's video, you are more than welcome to drop them down below in the comments, whether that be our first reveal of the Air India Airbus A350 or on the numerous airline expansions that I have discussed. As I say, stay tuned for tomorrow at the same time and the same place, where I'll be taking a look at the latest industry developments. Take care and be safe, and thank you very much for watching.